in Jesse Ventura's stead, because the governor's now escaped to Mexico for a few months. We have Michael Braverman, the executive producer of Conspiracy Theory. And again, when I say this is a trailblazing, groundbreaking series that's gotten the highest ratings in the history of True TV, which has had some incredibly highly rated television shows, it is not hype. This show blew away my expectations. When I saw the episodes, I'd seen sections of them, heard about the shows, consulted some on the first 7 episodes, appear in quite a few of the episodes. I trusted Jesse Ventura because I talked to him over a year ago when he visited with me for 3 days in Austin, and he said, look, I have final cut on this, and I'm not going to do it unless they do what I want. He goes, I don't know if all this stuff's real, but I'm setting out with an open mind. And we would have big arguments and stuff about, just how bad the New World Order was. And the shows really set out with an open mind and discover that, yes, global warming's a hoax, and discover, yes, there is Big Brother, and discover, yes, the government's hiding what really happened with 9/11. We're not completely sure what happened, but we know the official story's got holes in it that are giant. I mean, this is groundbreaking. Nothing like this, truly from an objective perspective, has ever aired on national television. And I cannot tell you how honored I am to be involved with this. This is groundbreaking. And their global warming special made major news in a lot of papers because they got Ben Santer of the UN to admit he cut out sections of his own report where their own scientist at the UN told them that man was not causing global warming. Joining us is Michael Braverman. Michael, incredible job, and thank you for including me in this program.
Oh, Alex, thank you so much, and we're thrilled to have you.
Well, I mean, tell people about the brainchild of this and the hell you went through to get it on TV and your doubts you could even get it on, and now the amazing success and then what's coming up in the next few episodes.
Well, I actually had a gentleman's bet with Jesse Ventura, with the governor, that the show would never see the light of day. Even after they picked the show up and said, okay, y'all can do 7 episodes, he still did not believe. I guess part of me didn't believe either that they would actually ever air these shows. They are so explosive. And we do we call it 2 revelations per show. And we do have 2 facts per show that we work really hard on finding out. And some of your listeners may know it, but I guarantee you the general public doesn't. And the reaction has been pretty amazing.
Well, I mean, I can't watch a lot of television, and especially these reality shows, but the shows are really riveting. I mean, they're riveting, and it's a real whodunit Perry Mason investigation. It's amazing.
Well, thank you, and we try to make them obviously really entertaining. We don't want to do a dry documentary, so we try to keep it entertaining, and we try to keep it moving fast. And thank you for the compliment about being a whodunit, because that's what we were really trying to get at. Some information out there that people don't know, but you've got to do it in an entertaining way. Otherwise, no one's going to watch. So you have to really, really keep it entertaining to the general public who may not be up to speed on some of these topics.
Well, you've certainly done that, Michael, and let's spend some time on some of the previous episodes and then give people a little bird's eye view, inside scoop on what's coming up Wednesday night and the next Wednesday night. Of course, Big Brother airs Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And then, of course, next Wednesday, it's going to be the Secret Society episode that gets into population reduction, control, everything. I'm a huge part of that program and very, very excited about it. But specifically the global warming special, I mean, you went right to the heart of it, to Maurice Strong, sent cameras to China. You went and interviewed the UN scientist. You went and interviewed myself. You got George Hunt, who's refused to do interviews in the last decade. We got him to talk, and he worked with Strong for over 5 years. I mean, this was an amazing television show.
Well, thank you. And the thing about getting those people is we work really hard, as I said before, about coming up with stuff that even people that are up to speed on this may not know or may not have had the chance to know. I mean, this guy Ben Santer, a lot of people had said, oh, Ben Sanders fudged the data. And for him to admit on camera, as you said, that, well, yeah, I did. And, of course, he has an explanation for it. And when we were doing the show, the network was really scared. Oh, how can you attack global warming? Everyone knows global warming is a bad thing. And even Governor Ventura was like, oh, I believe in global warming. At the end of the show, all of us involved in it, behind the scenes, all looked at each other and went, wow, we really came up with some information. Then, cut to ClimateGate, which validated everything we said, absolutely validated everything we said. So, we all sat around in the production office and sort of were patting ourselves on the back going, wow, we were ahead of that curve. And, we really were. And that was a really good feeling.
Let's talk about that. In the last 3 months, because, these shows are very fresh. They were being shot right up to the last minute. I was in Los Angeles just a month and a half ago organizing with you guys the George Hunt interview. And then you guys had the show in the can 3-4 weeks ago, right as ClimateGate breaks. You guys already had a bunch of ClimateGate where the UN and others were caught red-handed faking data. Then the coup de grace, the icing on the cake, the absolute proof comes out, only verifying what you guys had separately discovered. That shows what a good investigation you were doing. You interviewed Lord Monckton and so many others right before Monckton already burst on the scene here in the U.S. and became a phenomenon with tens of millions of views on YouTube of his speeches and the interviews we've done here live on the radio. Perfect timing as the entire global warming, man-made global warming fraud burst into flames. The television show airs. Talk about providence. That's almost Revolutionary War level providence.
Well, I'd like to think it's that important. And we did get lucky. And, the thing that convinced me was this guy, Richard Lindzen. I know you saw him. Guy is a classic MIT professor. I doubt he knows how to, turn his car on or change a light bulb. Spent his whole life studying climate. And this guy is an MIT professor. He's got no access to Brian. He doesn't work for the oil companies. Doesn't get paid by anybody but MIT. And I talked to him on the phone, and he didn't want to do the interview. He said, well, it's very complicated. Climate change is very, there's just so many issues. I said, well, if people are fudging the data, why are they doing it? And he said, there was a pause on the phone, and he said, money and power. And I said, you're my guy.
And also, you guys, this is really reality TV. You shot in your war room with Jesse and yourself and other members of the production. You're all arguing about whether it's real or not. And Jesse says, well, I think they're making money off this, but it still might be real. And you were the guy who says, no, guys, I've seen the documentation. It looks like this is a scam. I got to hand it to you. That was shot, 3, 4, or 5 months ago. I'm not sure of the date, but I know it was shot at the beginning of the production of the global warming episode. You turn out to be the guy who was right from the beginning in the TV show.